Hi everyone, welcome back to The Shelves Have Eyes. I'm Phantom, and tonight we will be doing an unboxing and review of Transformers Studio Series Devastation Bumblebee. This is a deluxe class figure, part of the new Transformers Studio Series Devastation line. I previously reviewed the Optimus Prime from Devastation, and I did not care for the figure at all. Aside from that, I have not done any of the other Devastation figures. I think did I buy Sideswipe? I'm not actually sure. I don't think I did. I know I didn't buy Wheeljack, and I'm kind of kicking myself for that because I really liked some of the additional paint applications on that Wheeljack figure that are more than that are going to be on the Studio Series 86 Wheeljack figure, which is just like, how many times have they reissued that particular mold now? I mean, this has got to be the 6th time that we've seen it. And that's not counting the exhaust versions of the character. But in any case, this is Bumblebee. I am not a Bumblebee fan. I don't really care for the character. I didn't even really care for the character in G1 cartoon when I was watching it on TV. I've got nothing against the character in G1. I've got nothing against Dan Gilvezan. I mean, he's the voice of a lot of my childhood memories, so I've got nothing against the character. I just feel like since the Michael Bay movie, he is over-emphasized. And I'm not taking anything away from Will Friedel's role as Bumblebee in Transformers Robots in Disguise that came out immediately following Transformers Prime. He was fine in Transformers Prime. I really only watched half of Transformers Robots in Disguise before I kind of gave up. I thought some of the characters were interesting, and I thought that the conceit of the show was an interesting way to go. I also just felt it was too juvenile. It was too much of a step away from what we were experiencing in Transformers Prime. I actually really liked Bumblebee in Earthspark. I thought that was a really interesting way of bringing the character forward and not making him irritating teenager. I liked it a lot. I don't like how that series ended, and I have significant problems with Earthspark, but those are, once again, mostly down to inconsistent tone. I did like Transformers Devastation. I played the game. I finished the game. I liked the fact that Dan Gilvezan came back as the voice of Bumblebee. It was nice. I have quite a few Bumblebee figures, even with what I've just said. But the key point is, I've heard that this is an excellent Bumblebee figure. And people are saying that this should have been Studio Series 86 Bumblebee, despite it turning into a hatchback and not a bug. So let's take a look. Looking at the box, we have a kind of standard CG render of the figure on the front and a figure of his vehicle mode, and then kind of generic, this almost looks like it came out of Spider-Man, just generic city streets. Maybe that's Sideswipe in the background there. On the back, you get a screen cap from the game itself of him fighting. It looks like one of the car drones, and an image of what the figure will look like. It looks good enough. This is a CG render and not an actual photograph, so how about we open this up and take a look and see what it really looks like. That was easy. So we have our standard README, which I will not do, and the instruction booklet for the figure. He comes with his guns wrapped in a separate bag attached to the, attached to the packaging. Wow, I really don't want you getting any of this. Okay, so those are his two guns. All right, so here he is out of his package. Minor paint deformation there underneath his nose, but still seems good. And then he can dual wield these two pistols. Seem very familiar. I don't know what toy I think these came with, but I definitely feel like I've seen them before. Maybe they're just standard pistols that they give Transformers now. I don't know. Initial thoughts. His neck is way too narrow, small. small issue. On the whole, I don't really have a lot that I see wrong with this. This is actually really nice. I just don't like the quality of the plastic. It's the same plastic as Optimus, so it's kind of very brittle feeling, very sharp feeling plastic, rather than the plastic that we have in mainline figures. It's going to take all of his attachments off. So looking at the figure, he has ankle tilts. He has full range of articulation that you would expect with a modern figure of any line. Weird knee joints, but I'm not saying anything particularly bad about that. He's got ball joints. His head is also a ball joint. Overall, I actually like the proportions of the figure. I think that it's really nice. There's no huge empty space. There's an empty space here, but this panel kind of covers it, and you don't really see the back of his legs when he's just in action pose. So, ooh, yeah, just be careful with posing his head, because it can get an uncanny valley really quickly. He's hefty, but not too hefty. He balances just fine. A little bit of a trouble getting his guns into his hands, but I mean, that's a small price to pay, a small point, really. He thankfully does not have the separated legs that Cliff Jumper and the Battle Chargers had, which is really nice. It's still just a standard knee joint. It doesn't go all the way back. I'm going to assume this is all part of his transformation. He does have a hip swivel, which looks like it actually may start rubbing the red off of his bumper if you're not careful. No, really, aside from the enormous pins that you can see here at his hips, I don't really see anything wrong with the figure. Proportion-wise, he's very nice. He's very nice. He does look like he's proportioned very well, like he would be in the G1 cartoon. The bright yellow and the cell shading on the window is nice. It goes with the game. His feet are fine. His hip swivel's fine. He's a little blocky in the torso, but not really finding anything wrong with him. He's a really nice figure in terms of being compact and still detailed and still posable, which I guess they were going for with Optimus. I just feel like they didn't really pull the Optimus one off very well. I like him. I actually really care for this figure. This is a nice figure. It looks nice. Proportions are nice. It doesn't look really too gangly, other than the length of his neck peg is a little much. His head just kind of floats there a little bit. But, I mean, in general use, in general playing, in general posing, you're not even going to notice that. So how about we transform this, and let's see. Okay, so here are my thoughts on the robot, the alt mode for this particular toy. In some ways, I have the exact same problems with this figure as I did with Optimus. The plastic feels a bit cheap. Also, the lack of paint apps kind of is weird. There's a miscoloration on the types of plastic, so some of the plastic is deeper yellow than some of the other plastic, which is a more opaque yellow. I've got significant issues with this. I feel like maybe a good repro label set would put like a bumper sticker there, or maybe like a piece of filler to cover that, but that's not really, it's okay. I'm going to go out and just say that this alt mode is okay. It rolls. It doesn't have rubber wheels. It has hard plastic wheels, which are fine. It is rolling, so it is capable of rolling. It's not... It's certainly compact, and it certainly looks nice. It's a nice hatchback design. The glaring hands here are kind of an issue for me. But really, I mean, it really is coming down to me to the feel of the plastic in my hand. It just feels very brittle and very cheap. And the paint doesn't seem to be of great quality. And the plastic doesn't seem to be of great quality for the guns, which seem to be molded out of that kind of soft shampoo-y plastic, shampoo bottle plastic. But it feels more solid because they're smaller pieces. I'm not particularly happy with this. This alt mode is not great for me. It doesn't really... It looks okay. It looks okay. Transformation was okay. It is compact. It's okay. I'm neither horribly disappointed in it like I was Optimus, but I'm also not really blown away by it. It's just average. The fact that his double pistols slot into these indentations on either of his doors is nice. I like it when Transformers do that. I like the fact that all of his accessories mount onto him. Did he have this huge mounted gun in the game? I don't recall him doing that, but it doesn't matter. This is okay. It's okay. I'm neither thrilled nor disgusted by it. It's just okay. So here we have Bumblebee, and one of the key facets of my dislike of the plastic used in these toys is this. I hate that rattling noise. And it's because of the plastic that is used in it. Just for... Yeah, exact same. There is a remarkable difference, despite these two both being deluxe class figures. Optimus Prime is remarkably taller than Bumblebee, but probably has the same, if not less, plastic used in him than Bumblebee does. Bumblebee feels heavier than Optimus, and that should never be. All told, I'm okay with the figure. I don't like it. I think the robot mode does some really nice things. Some really nice things. But it's brought down by the cheapness of the plastic and his alt mode being absolutely terrible. The alt mode is terrible. It's just terrible. Am I doing something wrong here with his legs? There we are. I was doing something wrong with his legs. Yeah, I really like the robot mode. The robot mode is a great selling point for me. The alt mode is terrible. Actually, the more I look at this, the more I really wish that this was made in higher quality plastic. I'd really love to find a dissolution version of this made by a Chinese factory using the exact same mold that maybe is of a better quality plastic. Maybe fixes some of the issues that I have with this. Mainly the fact of his weird wobbly neck and this piece that constantly pops forward when you try to reorient his neck. One of the key things that people are complaining about, and rightfully so, is that on the underside of his car ceiling, inside here, they have tampographed the copyright information. It's actually on the mold. And when you transform him, the nose of this figure rubs up against the raised lettering and rubs the paint off of his nose. And I've got to say, looking at it at the moment, I don't see anything off yet, but I've only transformed him once. It'll be something to watch out for. I mean, if you have the figure, just watch out for that. Lots of people have been similar to the initial fixes for Omega Prime. People have taken to sanding down the tampographed stamp so that we run no risk of nose paint rubbing off here. It's tough to say. I definitely like this figure more than I like the Optimus figure. The Optimus figure was just trash to me. I really was so disappointed in that figure. The only use that I could see that figure for is what I've seen online, somebody transforming it, kit bashing it, into depowered Optimus from the Energon Universe comics. And I thought that looked fantastic. And if there's any use for that mold, it is for that. This is actually a pretty nice Bumblebee. I actually really like it. I don't have the other Bumblebees in my head right now to remember how they looked, how they transformed, and how they felt in my hand. It feels cheap in the hand, but it looks really nice. I really like the proportions. There's a lot to like in this particular figure. It's just hamstrung by the cheapness of the plastic. Buyer beware, much like Optimus. I'm not going to say it's disappointing. It's a pretty good figure. I don't think this is worth full current deluxe class prices. This was $27.99. I don't think this is worth $27.99 for what is essentially a glorified Scout class figure. It's not worth that. If you see it discounted, definitely pick it up. But for actual manufacturer price on the shelf, do not pick this up for that price. It's not worth it. There's a lot to like about it, but not enough to spend almost $30 on it. Thank you very much for joining me today, or tonight, on The Shelves Have Eyes. I'm sorry I didn't have better news for you regarding this figure. I like a lot of things about it. I like the robot mode a lot. I just think that quality control is a huge issue for it. So for that alone, as well as the asking price for it, I cannot in good conscience say that this is a figure that's worth buying in the stores right now. If you see it damaged box or on clearance, sure, but not for full price. Not for full price at all. Well, I hope that you have enjoyed this video and found it somewhat informative. Even with all of my fiddling and constantly talking around myself. If you like this content and you would like to see more of it, please think about liking the video, sharing it, and subscribing to the channel so you know when the next video comes out. You will also be able to see all of the regular text posts and polls that we post to our channel. If you subscribe, let your voice be heard. Do you think that I'm wrong with this? Do you love this figure? Do you have no issues with the plastic whatsoever? Do you think that I'm wrong? Do you agree with me that this is really cheap plastic and this is not worth full deluxe class price? You let me know in the comments. Well, thank you very much. For The Shelves Have Eyes, I have been Phantom. Have a good night. Who fight in disguise, transform.